Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Curious Cucumber. Today we are going to be talking about the Wings of Fire book that will be coming out soon, Guide to the Dragon World. This video talks about what happens in the book without much spoilers. The only spoiler, which is barely even a spoiler, is what Kinkajou talks about in her chapter. I don't really consider it a spoiler, but if you do, you could just skip the Kinkajou section. Well, that's all I have to say for now, so let's get into the video. Enjoy! So some basic information is where we're going to have first. The release date is October 3rd, 2023. We're hoping that it doesn't get pushed back any further because it already got pushed back about 4 times. The page count is 240, although they might be adding more. It's written by Tui T Sutherland and illustrated by Joy Ang. The cover was first discovered April 21st, 2022. This book is supposed to be a collection of stories that dive deeper into Wings of Fire and the legends of the 10 dragon tribes. Each chapter is supposed to explore the history, mythology, and folklore of the Wings of Fire series. So these are some things that will be discussed in the book, and yeah. The events of the Scorching will be discussed in this book, which is really great, because out of the book so far, or at least books 1 to 10, they don't really talk about the Scorching that much, besides when Webbs is about to talk about it in history class, but gets interrupted by questions of Darkstalker. Ever since that, and I believe book 6, I have been a curious cucumber about the Scorching, wondering what it was. The book will also say why the Ringwings become pacifists through an ancient letter. I think that this will be very interesting to see, because the Ringwings are like their own little pacifist tribe, and none of the other tribes are pacifists. That's one of the things I find interesting, because why did they become pacifists when all the other dragon tribes are being so violent? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Honestly, I think that all the tribes should be pacifists. It's much easier, and it's better not to just go killing around dragons. It'd be pretty cool if other tribes read the letter, and it would also help the other tribes understand the Ringwings a little bit better. It would also be cool if from reading the letter, the other tribes became pacifists themselves. Wouldn't that be cool? It would stop chaos, and it would solve a lot of problems. Anyway, let's get on with the next part of the book. There'll be full color pictures of the queens in the book. I think that that's pretty cool, that we get to see the queens better. If they're the old queens, the queens during the brightest night and before, or the queens during the war, or before the war, or after the war, or maybe even after the last arc. I'm not sure if the pictures will be new or ones that we've already found, but these are the ones that we found so far. This one looks like it's of a Rainwing, and the Rainwing looks very, up tall and royal. I mean, she is a queen, but still. So it's a pretty purple Rainwing with orange, marks, orange, side colors on its, ears and, around that part of her body. So yeah, definitely a queen of the Rainwings, as far as I can tell. I also just noticed that there's also orange on her wings, and it also seems like she is by a lot of Rainwing eggs, so that's hinting at me that she might have been the one who created the Rainwings all go in one nest thing. But didn't, Glory's great-great-grandma make that? I'm not sure. Maybe that is her grandma, the queen, because she was the queen, so that would make sense. But I'm not sure. Maybe she just has a lot of eggs or something to do with that. But I just thought that was a cool thing to bring up. So this next one is of a sea wing that looks a lot like Glory, but its neck looks skinnier. It has a lot of jewelry on, and it is holding a bubble. I can't really infer anything from this picture, but it is a cool picture of one of the sea wing queens. So, yeah. Since it looks like Glory, it might be Coral, which is leading me to think that might have been the pictures of the queens during the war, or like after some point like then. But I'm not sure, because if it was Glory's grandmother that was being shown in the first picture, that might not happen, because I don't know if Coral was the queen. Then she might have actually been, because she has been the queen for a very long time. But I don't know. Maybe they're all from different time periods, or maybe there's different pictures of, like, the different queens that have been through a time period. I'm not very sure yet. But all I know is that these are the pictures that are out, and there's going to be pictures of the queens. This one looks like it's of a mudwing, and it is standing on a log in the swamp. And it looks like it has flowers or some sort of blue, like, crown around its head and its neck spikes. I think this is cool because we don't really know a lot about the Mudwings and the Queen of the Mudwings. So seeing, like, more like what the queen wears and stuff, and maybe even learning more about the queen, I find really interesting. I'm going to bring up the Mudwings too later in the video. Ooh, this one's cool. It is of a nightwing rising from the lava, and it has like an evil grin on. And to me, it looks like it's probably Battle Winner. I think that was her name, the Nightwing Queen, sorry. That died when the volcano erupted, and she got frost breathed, and yes, so she got frost breathed, and she needed to be, like, the frost breath could kill you, so she needed to be put in lava, so that looks like it's her in the lava. This looks like it's the Silkwing Queen, and it's interesting because we don't have any pictures of the Leafwing Queen or the Highwing Queen yet. But anyways, this queen is very, like, colorful. She looks mainly like shades of orange, and there's, like, tropical birds flying around her, and it looks like a really pretty scape. Like, landscape. This is a Skywing Queen. It's wearing a lot of jewelry, and it is not just a Skywing Queen, but it's a painting of the Skywing Queen, like, posing. It looks like Scarlet, and it probably is Scarlet, but for some reason I'm getting this vibe that it's Scarlet's mother. I mean, I feel like we do need to find out about Scarlet's mother, because, like, we never really do know her backstory, but it's probably not Scarlet's mother. But yeah, that's cool. This one is an Icewing, and it's walking very royally, I want to say. But that might just be, like, all Icewings in the circles. This one is standing near the tree with all of the lights, so it might be maybe the Animus who gave the Icewings the gift of light, but I'm not sure. It could just be Snowfall or Glacier. For the third event in the book is about the Mudwings. This is great because Mudwings are the most unexplored tribe of all Pyra. It will talk about how they were named and raised. Talking about how they were raised interests me. Will all of the parents be like Clarice, lazy, hungry, and ungrateful for their kids? Their sibs all that they were raised by? Or will their parents help raise them? I'm not sure how naming would work. Don't all the tribes get named after things they're associated with? Like Glacier for ice and Sunny for sandwings? We'll have to see. We'll also be talking about the Mudwing succession crisis. I don't really hear much about the Mudwing succession crisis, or really much about the Mudwings, but we could hint at it from other books. Also be a story written by Kinkajou. This is awesome. I know not everyone likes Kinkajou because she's, like, really, well, energetic, but I think that she's a pretty cool girl. This is awesome. I've heard other channels that it will be about her time in the Nightwing dungeon, but I haven't seen this from any other information other than YouTube. It'll be cool to see her perspective, especially since she didn't have a book. It's really sad that she didn't have one. Part of it is probably because, well, since she was knocked out by Chameleon, and she was asleep until book 9, I believe. It's really sad that she didn't have a book, because she's more of part of the Jade Winglet than Peril is. But I guess that Peril's perspective was a necessity to the storyline, and it was pretty cool to see her perspective, all the fire in her mind. Honestly, I feel pretty bad for Peril. We'll also talk about Scarlet. It'll provide information about who she married and why and what happened to him. We don't really talk about Queen Scarlet that much. I mean, we do. She's almost in every book, but we don't really talk about her backstory. We all only really know that she was queen. She had Chameleon as a helper, but not much else. She did a lot. She was in the book a lot because she did a lot with the characters in the first arc, and then that led into the second arc. Also, sorry if the words I'm saying aren't very clear, or if I take a sudden pause in between words. I've never really done this before on my YouTube channel, so this is my first time. The idea of the book is that there will be a section for each tribe that Starflight made with the help of his friends. That's all we really know so far. If I have more information, I will make a second part of this video. Here is some extra information about me and my channel. If you subscribe, you can see polls of the channel, or sort of voting. Polls help me with finding out ideas for another video. And I also do Q&A. Wings of Fire Q&A. One of your ideas for the videos can be in one of my next videos. You can comment it on this video, an idea for one of my videos, or you could comment it on one of my polls. In the future, I will be doing what if videos. It was in one of my polls, and sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, EtoileDeBrume, another one of my favorite Wings of Fire YouTubers, suggested that I should do it. There was also suggested art videos, how to draw videos, and edits, so that will also be on my channel. I know that as a Wings of Fire YouTuber, I really like finding other Wings of Fire YouTubers to watch. Not just because I'm a YouTuber, but I just like watching what other people make for Wings of Fire, and I love animations too. Wings of Fire is definitely one of my favorite book series, probably my favorite out of every book series that I've read. And I love seeing other edits and videos about it, and I think it's really just so cool. Wings of Fire YouTubers that I really like are Peril Edits, EtoileDeBrume, and Dogloverlikesdoge. I will be posting more long videos, edits, and polls. So subscribe, and if you want to see more videos, then subscribe and put on your notifications. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this video as much as I did. I put hard work into these videos, and I really appreciate that you like to watch them. Bye!